start your business to go to another level. You must try to learn and hear something new. So make the change today. So don't procrastinate and see your business grow and change. So check out Testing Results, yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Toni Harris Taylor. Testing Results, oh yeah, with Toni Harris Taylor. Yeah.
Welcome to the Marketing Strategies for Drastic Results show. My name is Toni Harris Taylor, and I am the CEO and founder of Drastic Results Marketing and Sales Coaching, where I work with franchisors to teach their franchisees and friend development teams how to show up, be up, follow up, to blow up. I'm also a multi-unit award-winning franchisee with Network in Action, where we bring business owners together to build connections, collaborations, community, get a little coaching, and so they can all make more cash. We love making cash. Speaking of making cash, today's theme is about sales. It's specifically not selling. What do you mean, Toni? Of course, in business, you have to sell. And I tell people all the time, you got to master the art of selling in order to have a successful business. But here's the deal. There's a way to make selling easier. So listen up. Here's the secret. Get people to know you, like you, and trust you. What? Let me tell you, my guests today are Marina O'Rourke and Dave Wheeler, and they'll introduce themselves. But I met Marina first. They work together at Tsource IT Services, and I met Marina first. And here's how it happened. I attended a conference. So again, I showed up in Atlanta. So I flew there, showed up, attended a conference. And one of my clients was at that conference. Shout out to Jeff Horst. Jeff and Marina had a sidebar conversation, and my name came up. And Jeff said, "You got to know Toni." Well, as she said, serendipitous, I can't say the word, you know the word, serendipitously, I lost my badge. That badge right there. She found it on the ground and sent me a LinkedIn message and said, "Your badge was on the ground. I'd love to meet you and give it to you." We met, had a great conversation, booked a conversation on the spot. We instantly had a great connection, and it wasn't a matter of selling her. Why? Because Jeff had already said my name. Then when she sat with me for 30 minutes and we just got to know each other, I wasn't trying to sell her anything. She liked me. So when it was time to tell her how I could help her in her business, it was an easy yes. That's what I want y'all to get. Selling doesn't have to be hard if people know you, like you, and trust you. The problem is we're often too many times working in our business instead of on our business. And we don't take the time to develop know, like, and trust. So when we come back, you're going to meet my new clients, Dave Wheeler and Marina O'Rourke with Tsource IT Solutions, where we're going to talk about the importance of relationships in sales. We'll be right back.
Are you a franchisor grappling with how to Are you a franchisor grappling with how to stimulate your franchisees' growth and revenue? Are the phrases, "I'm not comfortable networking," "I'm an introvert"? Enter Toni Harris-Taylor, your answer to these challenges. With her expert guidance and program, you can empower your franchisees to conquer networking and community outreach. Toni's program is designed to equip your franchisees with the skills and confidence to show up to the right events with the right people. It goes beyond making connections. It's about nurturing and leveraging these relationships. It's about following up, collaborating, and generating leads and referrals to maximize conversions. And ultimately, increased revenue for your franchisees and for you, the franchisor. Are you ready to unlock this potential? Reach out to us at 832-479-2088. Let's embark on this journey of growth and success together.
Welcome back. We are here with my guests, Mr. Dave Wheeler and Marina O'Rourke. Welcome, y'all.
Thank you.
I am so glad to have you here. In your own words, we'll start with you, Dave. Introduce yourself and tell us where you're from and who you are and what you do.
Okay, I'm Dave Wheeler. I'm from Ellicott City, Maryland. I am the founder, visionary, and vice president of technology and security for Tsource LLC.
Wonderful. Marina?
Hey, I'm Marina O'Rourke, and I live in sunny Orlando, Florida, the city beautiful. And I am a fractional CIO working with Tsource IT.
Wonderful. So how did y'all meet? Just curious. I don't even know the story. How did y'all meet?
You want to go, Marina?
Sure. So I happened to be recently in transition, and I got a reach out on my LinkedIn from a recruiter who works for Dave, asking me about an open role that Tsource had. And I said, well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but this certainly sounds like something I can do in the meantime. And along the way, I introduced Dave and the Tsource team to the beauty of franchising and opportunities. And in August this year, we're a mere month away. It'll be 3 years with Tsource. And it's been a growing and wonderful relationship.
I love it. So Dave, give us a little bit of history on the business.
Okay, well, Tsource, we created the Tsource company in 2003. I had actually a version of the business before Tsource that we started in 96. We changed ownership structure, created Tsource because of some of the areas we were working in, such as defense and intelligence. And we've been Tsource ever since. It's been a great journey.
So now Marina came to you and she said, have you ever heard of franchising? And then she introduced you to what was possible in franchising. So what was your first reaction when she brought it to you?
Well, yeah, the little bit of history there is that we were already had identified that we wanted to make a transition away from focus on staffing to have more services. And we had a target of 60-40 services to staffing that we were trying to achieve. And when Marina came to us with she had begun to talk to us even before she brought the first opportunity about, hey, the franchising world could really use your services. I think there's a good match here. And we were intrigued. And then when she brought us Shannon Wilburn, who needed some services, right from there, it just seemed like a great fit. The values of the franchise world really match ours. And it's a pleasure working with our customers.
Now, shout out to our girl, Shannon Wilburn. We all love Shannon.
Yes,
so
we
Marina, you've had a history of being an IT professional in franchising. So I'd love to learn from you. What are some of the challenges that franchisors face when it comes to technology?
So, franchisors, especially in the early stages of developing their brand, tend to focus on IT, not at the start of their journey, but when it becomes apparent that they need IT. And often they're not in a place where they can bring a technology leader on. And so they make the very best decisions that they can at the time. Sometimes somebody in operations will figure out what a solution might be, or maybe they've got a relative that is in IT and they start to put systems in place, but they don't have a strategic plan. They don't have a roadmap, and they're often not really thinking about scaling for the future. And by the time that they get to a place where they've got several hundred or more locations, they've often outgrown the technology. It's not working because systems aren't integrated, and they start to get some grumbles from their franchisees. And stopping to change technology is kind of like refueling the plane in the air.
Wow. Yeah.
Tricky business, and it oftentimes costs more money than if you'd thought about it and planned for it earlier in your evolution.
Okay, so that brings to mind a brand I need to introduce you to. So thank you for that, because, and I love how these conversations, I know somebody, right? That's the key. And when you're around people who have a heart for connecting. So anyway, back to that. So it's better to do it right from the beginning. So are you saying that emerging brands are part of your target market?
No, typically emerging brands are not yet at a place, candidly, where they can prioritize spending money on IT services and personnel. And so our target market are brands that typically have at least 75 to 500 units and don't yet have an IT leader. Ideally, they've got the profitability because they've achieved some scale to be able to afford both the technology and the help to develop the strategy and implement the technology.
Okay, so 75 units and above are your target market. So Dave, what are some of y'all's specialties that you help businesses with, period, but specifically franchise?
Well, what we find in the franchise customers that we have is some common problems, and Marina hit on some of those, right? They usually some really, really talented people that have been very successful at building a business and solving problems as they come up. And these are people that are wearing many hats. So you can understand where it's hard, to be the expert in everything. So we come in, oftentimes systems don't integrate, as Marina mentioned. There's a technology they brought in 5 years ago, and now they brought in something new, and they can't get the data from one to the other. So we come in and help with data integration, with system integration. We help with business intelligence, analytics reporting. We'll do systems development when they need custom systems development. We help them support existing systems. And we also help them negotiate and work with vendors so that they get the support they need from the vendor partners that they have.
So your website, we were on your website during our coaching session, and I really enjoy reading your stories. So you all, if you get a chance, give them the website so they can go read your story. Dave, what's your website?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Tsource IT.com.
Excellent. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about being drastic and networking. And then Marina, I want to ask you about your Tech Navigator. What is that all about? So let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with Marina and Dave. That's a good segue to mention that Marina and Dave are new NIA members as well. Yay! Welcome to my family. So, Marina, your tech navigator. Tell me
So,
more about that.
so the idea of being your tech navigator is that at Tsource, we're on your side. We like to come in and be part of your leadership team, understand your strategy, and really help make sure that we execute the right projects at the right time. We like to say that it's about right sized technologies. And so my role is to help you navigate what's important, what's the right priority to really drive profitable results for your franchisees and your brand.
Yeah. And we worked on that brand for Marina because I believe, even though she works for T Source, that every person, even if you're a franchisee, you need your personal brand within a brand. What do you as an individual stand for? And I love your tech navigator. But then, because she's also Marina means of the sea, and we were
Right.
talking about the stormy seas of IT. Stay with me here. I'm on a roll. Call me butter, baby. I'm on a roll. And then I just looked at Dave's name, Dave Wheeler, and I saw the wheel of the ship wheel. And so I'm like, okay, I see it. I see it. So way cool. But you help them navigate the technology storms. And when they're having tech problems, I mean, this recording is happening the day after Microsoft had a system-wide. Yeah. Go ahead. You got something to say, Marina?
Well, I mean, yes. And I just did a LinkedIn post because I will tell you, luckily, I've never been part of a team that had to deal with a worldwide situation. But I can tell you, I have been in the trenches with the team when a vendor released a bug or created a problem, and the franchisees are dealing with a disruption in their business. And I can tell you, it's not any fun, and you want to avoid it. And early on, I learned about the importance of redundant systems wherever possible. And a simple one, having spent so much of my career in restaurants, don't you hate it when you go into a business and they're like, well, I'm sorry, but our credit cards are down. You know what? There is literally no excuse for that. You can actually solve that problem with a simple product like Square that will still let you take a payment. And I never want to see a franchisee in the situation or a franchisor where they lose money because the technology isn't working for them.
Right. Okay. So, Dave, I ask all my guests this question. And so I'm going to ask you first. How has networking helped you in business?
I would say that networking is the only reason I'm in business. I'm not a natural salesperson, and that's why we're here working with you. But what we've done through starting this business in '96 and Tsource in 2003 is rely on our network to find the customers we have through referrals. Mostly through referrals or recommendations from people that have worked with us.
Absolutely. Very good. Marina, question. How's networking helped you in business?
Well, I will tell you, I have been able to build a personal brand in franchising because I've been around for a long time. But more importantly, people always know that if they ask for my help, they can count on me. If somebody is looking for their next role, they know that I will make introductions for them. If somebody wants my advice on something to do with technology, the first thing that my go-to isn't, well, you could sign a contract with us. It's, all right, let's talk about that a little bit. Maybe there's something that I can do that's a quick solve for you. And then when they do have a big project, they'll think of me. I'm a firm believer that what we actually do is we actually serve people. We don't sell them. And when people know that you have their best interest at heart, then
Mhm.
they are more likely to think about A, doing business with you, and B, doing referrals for you.
Absolutely. So you got it. That is the key is serving. And when you serve, sales are easy. All right. So my second question, Marina, we'll start with you. What's the biggest drastic step you've ever taken in life or business?
So the biggest, most drastic step that I have ever taken in life is that not long after I graduated from college from the University of Louisville, where I got degrees in piano pedagogy and electrical engineering, I packed up my car and my cat, and I drove to a job in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where I got my first job as a recording studio engineer. And so I moved across the country to a new state and a new city, knowing nobody, and met my husband and lived there for many, many years.
Wow. Okay. And Dave, same question for you. Biggest drastic step ever.
It had to be starting the business the first time. I had a really good career working for Bell Atlantic at the time. Now it's Verizon. I had pretty good sights for upward, movement, and was highly thought of, and just felt like I had that entrepreneurial spirit, and making that step. That's got to be it, and no looking back.
Awesome. I love it. Wonderful. Well, you guys are amazing. I thank you for trusting me and hiring me to help you to get more sales. But I want to make sure that everybody knows that you all are doing another drastic thing. You're having a webinar coming up. So, Marina, you want to tell them about your webinar?
Yes, thank you, Toni. The Tsource team, we are going to be hosting a webinar on August 9th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. And this is going to be helping franchisor CEOs and COOs understanding the power of improving your franchise operations through integration.
Wonderful. And so to register, you're going to go to that bit.ly that's scrolling across the bottom. It is case sensitive. So pause this video and type it into a tab and then register. It's free, right, Marina?
It's free. It's free. And we would love to be able to help you understand what we can do for you. And I'm going to also say that one of the things that we do to make it easy to work with us is that after we have an initial conversation, we do a 90-minute discovery call at no charge.
Okay, very good. Y'all better take advantage of that because I'm probably going to talk them out of that one. But 90 minutes is generous. So take advantage of that. Let's tell everybody how to get in touch with you all. Dave, how should they reach you?
They can reach me on LinkedIn. That's probably the best way to connect with me. And from there, we can trade emails and get on a Zoom together.
There you go. From there, he's going to give you his link and you're going to get on his calendar just to get to know him. Marina, and same with you, right?
Yes, LinkedIn is probably the easiest way, and you can book a call with me quickly.
Awesome. Well, you all rock. And I'm so grateful that I met you. I'm grateful I took the risk to show up, and I would not have been here with you if I had not. And so it's been a blessing having y'all into my life. And it's only been a few weeks, but I'm just grateful to have you here. And let's go kill it and help some franchises solve IT problems so they can sleep at night. Thanks again for joining me. We'll be right back after this message.
Thank you.
That's right. Pick up your copy of Show Up, Be Up, Follow Up to Blow Up at showuptoblowup.com. And if you want to connect with me, you can go to meetwithtoniharristaylor.com and get on my calendar for a one-to-one. Let's just get to know each other, see what you're working on, and who I might be able to introduce you to and help you grow your business with intention. Did y'all catch the message of today's show? Sales are necessary in business. Absolutely. No sales, no deposits in the bank, no business. But sales doesn't have to be daunting if you learn how to build relationships. When people know you, like you, and trust you, they'll say your name in rooms you're not in. And I'm telling you from personal experience that they'll say your name in rooms you're not in. Next thing you know, you're getting a message saying, I need to meet with you. And then it's all about just getting to know each other at that point. Simplify your sales by learning to be an excellent relationship builder. This is Toni Harris Taylor saying take a drastic step today for a fantastic tomorrow, and we'll see you next week. Bye.